Hi, I'm Matthew Malcolm with American Vineyard Magazine, reporting to you from Fresno State's 2014 Grape Day. Today, growers gathered here to listen to industry experts and learn about the university's latest research underway. Growers also received a complimentary lunch provided and served by the staff of American Vineyard Magazine. The keynote speaker at today's event was Jamal Reyes, who talked about the history and potential of winemaking in the Central Valley.
In my preference and my interest, because I'm a wine critic, I taste a lot of different wines, and I like wines that are a little bit unique. I think taking advantage of warm climate grapes, or let's phrase it, hot climate grapes, that have shown to grow well in the valley, it would be a really good thing to do. I mentioned Alicante Bouschet before, which has some very unique qualities. It's not a highly regarded grape in a lot of places, but the thing is, in fact, it does well, and if it's done in an interesting manner, it actually does provoke the interest of a lot of wine consumers out there, particularly in specialized markets in New York or LA or San Francisco and the like. Other hot climate grapes, Grenache, Black Grenache, Carignan, which is enjoying a bit of a renaissance in interest, even though another one of those grapes that was not highly regarded. People doing, I think, Syrahs, so Petit Syrah, for example, and also a lot of Italian grape varieties in the south of Italy, like Aglianico, Nero d'Avola, Negro Amaro, Uvertroa. Those make really interesting wines in the south of Italy in conditions that are very similar to what we have in the valley. The difference is that generally speaking, in southern Italy, they don't irrigate so much. Here, in a lot of Italy, you're not allowed to irrigate at all. But here you can, so you can take advantage of that. And of course, one of the other things that to look for in the future, and I think maybe a lot of winemakers might, or wine growers might think about this, and they're probably already thinking about it, in fact I'm sure they are, is the fact that as the problem with water increases, and getting water at a low cost increases, it becomes more of a problem. People are going to start looking for grape varieties and rootstocks that are much more drought resistant. So they look for them right now too, but the impetus for doing so now is much greater, and also grape varieties that can thrive in those conditions. I mean, there are a number of grape varieties that thrive in the very arid conditions, make really wonderful aromatic grapes, but they're just not part of the parlance of American wine right now. And the fact of the matter is that consumers might be willing to try them and adopt them if they're presented to them. 30 years ago, people were not drinking Merlot. I can tell you that. I can remember when Merlot first came onto the market. It was this sort of curiosity. It's sort of like Cabernet, but a little bit softer. Okay. Then in the 80s, late 80s and 90s, people started drinking Merlot. And people started planting in the wrong places. And then people said, "Oh, I don't like Merlot because of whatever, the sideways craze." So what people's wine tastes change, and I think it'd be really great if producers in an area like the San Joaquin Valley took advantage of the assets they have in front of them and to grow grapes that are quite different, creating wines that have a distinction that are not like other wines in California. Okay, you grow the Cabernet Sauvignon and the Chardonnay and all the rest, and for that market, there's a big market for it. People have to earn a good living. Great, and I'm all for that. But also, I think there's space, and there's a lot of space here, to do other things.
Read all about Jamal's presentation as well as others at Grape Day in the coming issue of American Vineyard Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.